guys. It won't take up too much of your time, but it's good to get a nice little recap, man, of what the market looks like. Again, I haven't looked at charts all week, um, and I wanted to keep it that way. Just that way I can come back and just start fresh and see what's happening with Bitcoin. And just from what I can tell, the last few days it's just been holidays, so can't expect such a big move on the holidays. It's just been ping ponging, almost wedging, squeezing, right? Even now, right now we're like almost boxed in this little area right here. Looking for a break or rejection off of this trend line slash demand zone 2. And I'll probably play a short today. A lot of these things are oversold. I mean, overbought, like the MACD, even though the MACD is kind of good. I want to see this momentum continue to die down. Stochastic is almost in the middle, so it can go either way from here. Let me see. I mean, short term, I think I like a nice little short. And if I'm thinking this plays out the way this, formation is showing, right, with lower highs, higher lows, that we might just get one more, maybe, hopefully one more lower high, which will be great if we get on a short, right? Maybe come down to here and then give us new lower highs, which will continue squeezing. And again, even if it does that move from here to now, would be a nice time to print on it, I think. And then wait for that next big move. It's squeezing, guys. So any minute or any day now, we're gonna break out of this formation, right? It'll keep riding and riding until it squeezes and it breaks. And either we're gonna get a nice pop from this or continue, drop, like, which is the known factor of Bitcoin, right? Like, that's Bitcoin's MO, is to drop. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's holding up this whole time to, and look, now you kind of got almost a flag going on here. Your pole right here, you're flagging lower highs, lower lows. I mean, higher lows, lower highs. So expect a big move next, man. We're either gonna get a nice little run up to maybe the 17s, 18s, if we can break out of here, especially from the top, or I'm thinking we break from the bottom, go back to these levels again. We've already been down here already like 3 times. Bam. We've already been down here a few times, so I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of drops down and goes there one more time. I mean, again, this thing is just been moving everywhere lately, man. Erase all these trend lines so we can focus on the ones we have. Erase this, erase this. Yeah, so let's see. Let's look at the daily. I like to always start off looking at the daily. Let's see what we got going on here. Let me hide some of these drawings. You know what? Hold on. There we go. Yeah, so you definitely see some nice little strong demand right here, even on the daily, right? For that 15 level. I think that's kind of our lowest point. This looks weird, man. Even on the daily, it looks so freaking weird. It's not really showing much. I want to say we got almost a downtrend here, but if I do that, it's gonna change everything. Yeah, I don't want that. Got a bit of a downtrend going there. And again, look, our demand zone is there. Do we break that demand though? It's a question, right? I think everybody's trying to see if we break that demand and kind of go to the low 12s, which again, I wouldn't be surprised in this market, man. This market has not shown the bulls, much success, man. There's been a lot of kind of shit days going on. Even now, right? Like, look, we had a crossing on the MACD for an uptrend after these nice 2 daily candles, but then the next 3 days it was just sideways. Pushed up a little bit yesterday. It's pushing up a little today. Or is this the same one? This is the one for today. It's showing a little bit of strength today. I mean, again, it's just squeezing, right? And it's still the weekend, so not, can't expect much movement today. However, this week, right? We got this week coming up. Maybe we'll get a nice pop or drop out of this little formation we have right here, which would be great. Give us a nice indication of how we can kind of play out the rest of this week. Again, I'm hoping, maybe for a nice little drop right here. Grab some of these at this demand zone. And of course, if Bitcoin comes down to this demand zone, we have our buddies over here on our crypto list that probably should follow suit. BingX right here. So, if Bitcoin does drop to these demands, don't expect a lot of these to go down with it. And then just same thing, right? They all kind of have a bit of the demand zone forming since the last nasty drop. So, expect a lot of them that if they do go down, they're gonna probably just come down to these levels, hopefully not break down more lower than that. And we could probably get a nice little bounce. Like, look here. And again, even these days, man, it's not really showing strong moves like this, right? Like, this is a strong upward action towards the market, strong down, right? Right now, it's just almost like going sideways, I want to say, man. Like, if you really hold it from here to there, it's just boxed in. It's not really doing much. So that's the little dilemma we're in right now as far as all these coins go. Yeah, look, they really haven't really been making strong moves. Damn, EOS has a nice demand zone here though. That goes back all the way down to there. This could be a nice one. Yeah, this could be a possible nice long right here. 4 hours. Oof, I don't like this though. Don't like that at all. At all. That's way too high up there. For something that hasn't even moved. Yeah, guys, I don't know, man. I have a strong feeling I just, have a feeling we're gonna drop like hard. I don't know why. Just one of those gut feelings. I can't even put too much behind it, man. It's just I've seen this pattern before, man. I've seen Bitcoin just go up like this, and even on this uptrend, not really push up the way it's showing. Even with all that momentum, it just went sideways. It didn't push up. And the same thing I always tell my students: whenever you have an uptrend that just your indicators are showing a strong uptrend, and it's not breaking up, right? It's not breaking support levels and it's just going sideways. That means it's prepping for it to start showing a downtrend. And when it does show a downtrend, you kind of almost got a nasty drop with it, man. Like, I honestly feel like that's almost what we're getting right now with Bitcoin. I'm just trying to figure this. So mind you, I want to short this, right? Especially if it stays on this, and especially where it's at, right? Like, that would be a prime entry on something that could potentially go down and break. Um, the only thing is trying to find where that stop loss would be, right? Normally you would kind of want to put it here, but you have some resistance here, right? You also have some resistance about here, and then of course all of this up here. Now I'm not gonna wait till, if I do decide to short this, I'm not gonna do something like where I'm putting stop loss all the way at 17.3 because that's too much, man. Like, that'll give us a pretty nasty loss. Unless we do something like a 5x or 10x on Bitcoin, which moves as slow as molasses. So I don't know if I want to do that. But let's say, if we do get in now, and again, I'll probably call this within this class because I kind of really do like where it's at. Play something safe that if it does break out this way, maybe stop loss around here. And again, we can even switch after we hit stop loss to a long because this will be a nice breakout that it'll break out of and hopefully continue, pushing up. So we can do that. If not, I think, like I said, I think right now this is really kind of prime for a nice short. If we can break this little support right here, we just got to get out of this box. We got to get out of this box, little box zone we're in. And I think once it does that, we'll kind of get a little better decision on what direction it kind of wants to hold out throughout the day or tomorrow. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna put a line here because I really want to get in on this Bitcoin short. We can get that entry at least right there. I think that would be clutch. What? That's 5. Yeah, 5. I'm gonna put another alert that if it hits it one more time, I'm gonna check it out and come back to it and see what we can do. All right, so that's Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin, I'm a little neutral this week. Like I said, daily wise, it's not really giving me a lot to work with, man. Honestly, not really giving me a lot to work with. These candles look weird as shit. Like, look at the wicks on them these days. The market's so indecisive right now that it's honestly has no fucking clue where it wants to go. And you can tell when I tell you that, guys, I don't say it just to say, like, you can tell by the candles, right? Like, look at this candle. This candle dropped all the way down to fucking 15,557, ended up still going as high as 17, and this is all in one day. In one day, it went down as low as 15, as high as 17, almost 18, and then ended up closing that day at 17. To then the next day closed down at 16. Like it's look at the wicks on these things, man. They're look at even this day. This day was so indecisive, bro. You have your almost a dragonfly doji going on, where the same thing, right? Went up all the way to 17, but even went as low as 1560, 1590, and then ended up closing smack dead in the middle. That just shows you that the battle between bulls and bears, they were battling it out. And mind you, even though we had a green close, um, on that doji, that means kind of that the Bears won, so that's I mean Bulls won, so that's a good thing, but not by much, right? Like not by much. That's a small body candle. When you get big body candles like this, and after long wicks like this, it's showing you that yeah, it was a battle, right? And especially after a nasty drop like this, but the Bulls overcame that run and they kind of pushed it up instead of letting it die down to here and continuing down. And that's what this means, man. That just means indecisiveness, and that's why you probably still see sideways, right? Like even from here, you don't see much. You see it up here, 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 here. That's still boxing in within a range. That's not really big moves. Once you start seeing 3 days like this are coming down, then that's a move. 3 days of it going up, that's a move. But then after that, it's 3 days down, 3 days up, sideways again, which is what we're at right now. So we're almost smack dab in the middle yet again. Which makes it fucking hard to trade crypto this week, man, because of that. Because it's you don't want things in the middle. When you have supply zone here, your demand zone down here, right? Like look where Bitcoin is at. Bitcoin is in the fucking middle. You want a rejection off a nice zone like this where you can play your short, or even if you have your trend line, man. Like if it's still following this kind of trend line right here, right, where it can still do that and reject off of this and break under, then yeah, that's you catching it in the middle, but at least you see some kind of rejection, or something that's kind of giving it that notion that it might come down, right? Especially if you're having lower highs. That's when I jump in the middle and I kind of see at least some kind of a trend line, some kind of a good minor support and resistance where it can reject off of. Right now, I don't see that shit, man. Like right now, it's just like, oh, dude is up, down, up, down, up. It's not really giving clear direction, which kind of just makes this week hard to figure out what way you want to go, because we all know, like we know Bitcoin, it's these coins follow Bitcoin, right? So if Bitcoin is gonna be slap dab in the middle, we might get a day where it does do that sideways motion, and our alts can either push up strong or come down strong, right? We've seen that happen plenty of times. Just because Bitcoin goes sideways, that doesn't mean that the whole market does. We have days, and let me see. I think one of the charts are right here, if I'm not mistaken. Let me show you guys this. If we have it here, if not, I'm gonna have to add it. Let me see. Let me see. There we go. All right. So see BTC, and again, you got to guys. I don't know if you guys know about BTC dominance, but BTC dominance is almost the opposite of what BTC does. Unless you have days like this where BTCD is increasing, BTC is increasing, then you usually get your alts come down. And this is a good little roadmap for those of you that don't know. You just go to pin messages. We've had this for ages. It's been around for ages. But it kind of gives you a nice notion. And even myself, I should start using this more, man, because again, it gives you results, man. Like I've seen all of these play. I've seen days where BTCD is dying, BTC, is dying too, and then the altcoins are just kind of going sideways. I've seen days where BTC is D is going up, this one is going down, and then you see massive, massive dumps on the alts. So these things too really do tend to play out, which is kind of like a good roadmap that you guys want to use every now and then, just to get you, a notion what your market is doing, right? Like I want to start following steps, and I think I'm gonna make it as easy as 3 easy steps, that you guys need to do. I'm gonna start writing these things down and having like a whole layout for you guys, where you just follow 3 simple steps, man, of looking at your market, right? One way is this right here, looking at what BTC doing, BTC dominance is doing, and then giving you a notion, especially if you like trading your alts, it'll give you kind of a window of how to hit the alts, right? Other thing I always tell you guys, look at your watch list, man. Your watch list tells you everything, right? Like BingX, forget these, the indices and Forex. I'm looking at my crypto, and right now I'm seeing, I want to say almost like half and half, right? Where I still see a lot of red, but I am seeing a lot of green. So it's definitely like almost a 50-50, which, right, makes sense where Bitcoin is right smack dab in the middle. Some of these alts are not following it and doing their own thing and maybe dumping more. And some alts are pushing up more instead of just, again, what BTC is doing, which is kind of just sideways notion. So, this is the second way, right? This is, things that'll help you guys out that, again, has been helping me out, man. I love always coming in. The first thing I do is see how my market is doing. And if I see all red, 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 then I'm shorting. I'm looking for shorts. Your short setups, if you don't know what your short setups kind of look like, come down to your, where is it? TA. Your indicators. And again, I gotta update this guy. I just haven't had the time. But now that I'm back, I'm gonna work all night on this week so I can finish this out. But the days that you go to your watch list, everything is red, right? This is what you should be looking at, bearish patterns. Look for your head and shoulders. Look for your rising wedges. And again, you're gonna see them rise, right? Like this is the good thing about having these things here is that on a red day, you'll see this. You'll see a nice little leg up. And everybody's like, oh shit, I'm gonna long, 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 long. Oh, look, we have almost a breakout here because there's a resistance here, and then they long and then they catch this. You know, you're gonna have your push-ups every time. Your leg ups, your people buying in when it's a downtrend, when the market's red. But all that is doing is setting up for something like this to happen. And I've seen that shit many, 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 many times. So, these are things that you guys got to look at, man. Whenever your market's red, know your market, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist. You don't have to go to 100 Twitter feeds to know what your market is doing. Like it's right here in front of you. Right now we're seeing half and half, right? So if you do want to hit these red ones with some bearish patterns, then you're looking at this. As soon as, like I said, I'm gonna finish this one out this week so I can continue to reference these things because they're important, man. These are the things I use, guys. Like I use this shit day to day. And I told you guys from day one, you don't have to know all 150 patterns, but know these top 10. I guarantee you'll run into them over and over, over and over, and you'll start learning them and seeing them with your eyes, right? Like I think even Theo saw me the other day. We just jumped on a random chart, and within 2 seconds, bro, within 2 fucking seconds of us watching the chart, I was like, oh shit, Theo, look at that cup and handle. Oh shit, did you see it over here, the double top? Why? Because I study these things. I see them every day. I look for them. And when I'm charting, I look for those patterns, man. That way, I don't have to draw everything out all the time. I can just look at it with my eyes. Oh shit, that's a cup and handle. Boom. All right, guys, I'm really long in here. Support here, resistance here. Like I'm eyeing these things, but of course, it's always better to draw it out, right? That way, you really don't miss a beat. When you kind of have these things drawn out to the T, you're not missing a beat, man. You have your lines drawn. You see where your resistance are, and that's why even when I'm in a trade, I'm still drawing these things out, man. I'm still anything I find. Oh shit, I sent you guys the TPs, but damn, I missed that. We had a strong resistance right here, so I'm gonna continue drawing it out, and this is why I want you guys to continue, no matter what plays you're in, even if it's somebody else's play. You're in David's play. Put your entry line at your entry, right? Not his entry. You put your line at the time you got into it. Try to figure out what he's looking at, right? Because everybody looks at things different, and a lot of these guys, for some reason, man, and I find that shit so weird. And I think, to be honest, I'm gonna start eliminating guys that don't post charts. I don't like it, man. I think everybody should post charts, honestly. And I know everybody to each his own, but I've caught people stealing trades from other people that don't, that they don't put charts. They're just putting up the calls, and anybody could just put up a call. Show me why you put that call, right? Like, show me the reason you're getting into it. This is why I show you guys my stuff, because I want you guys to see full transparency of why I'm getting into these things. And this is why I love these lives, right? These lives help me explain to you guys, even when we're in a play, different things that if we're not going our way, let's say we longed here and we're under now, guys, all right, you know what? It's not going the way we planned. Here's our plan B, right? Here's our backup scenario that if it does break here and then it does break here, we're going to cut here or maybe give it one more shot with a nice averaging down because we have a few support points. Like, this is why you guys, at least this is why I put in this work, man. I continue to put in these classes. I'm going to stay consistent. I don't care if only 2 guys join me or if I'm doing this shit by myself. I'm going to do this every Sunday to make sure that I'm on top of my game. And you guys are always welcome to follow, right? You guys are always welcome to join and continue this grind because I told you guys, this is not a get rich overnight program. You guys are not going to be making $1 million by the end of this year, which is in a month away. Probably not going to be making $1 million by the end of next year. It's not like that, man. This is not a fucking get rich lotto, It's a process. Am I going to make $1 million? Hell yeah. Do I know when? No. But I'm going to keep fighting until I do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not putting a time on it because I know there is no time limit with this. I could be doing this for the next 20 years for all I know. So know that this is a process, guys. Everything it's nothing comes easy in this shit, man. What you put in is what you get. And this is something that if you really put in the work, you're going to figure it out. It's not hard to figure out. I'm not the smartest guy. I didn't finish college or any of that shit. Got my GED when I was younger because I had my kids young, but I still learned this and I'm still learning to this day. And every day I learn something new with all the guys that's in here and the chats and everything. So if I can do it, any of you guys can do it, man. No excuses, bro. All right. Let me see. La, 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 la. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll continue going. Um, yeah, please. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Okay, no questions. So yeah, man, I'm still kind of looking at this. I want to see the short, and I want to get a resistance entry on this Bitcoin if we do get it. I really want to short this. I don't know why. Like, look at this, man. It looks weird up here. I want to see this momentum die down though first before I decide to do anything like that. This is a 30-minute. The hour was showing that the momentum is kind of dying off. Um, and for some reason, I don't know why, for some reason, I just really feel like we might just break down to this. And what better entry than up here, right? Like, we can even wait and see if we get a entry from up there. But again, it's just boxing in right here. So this is kind of our best bet for entry unless it just breaks out. And wouldn't want to short a breakout on this, unless it gets a really good rejection here. But it's still boxed in, man. So I'm gonna keep looking at that. Let's look at Ethereum. Why was I looking at EOS? I was looking at EOS. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, for a possible long. Just don't like this shit up here. Jeez, man, that's dangerous. But you also have a breakout going. You have an uptrend going on this. You have resistance break right about here. Or is it breaking? No, it's actually right on it right now. So this could be something to look at too. A nice breakout, possible long. I really don't like the way this MACD though looks. Damn, that shit looks ugly. It's over, bought like crazy up here. I'm not really a big fan of buying these longs up here. Doesn't mean they can't perform though. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum, ETH, USDT. Hold on a second. All right. Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum, man. I'm still waiting to buy this puppy, man. I think, let me see. Let me look at my Matic too, guys. So we started a Matic spot buy, I want to say maybe like 2 Sundays ago or 1 Sunday ago, around 84 cents, which is great. No, bullshit. I'm sorry, guys. I bought my first one and I announced it in that Sunday around 94 because I was aching to get it under $1. Went up for a little bit, obviously, and came back down. Hold on, let me go back to this on a bigger chart. But I'm really looking to hold this bad boy long term, man. I love Matic. Man, Matic is really broke there. I finally was able to get it under $1 the other day, right? Bought it. Let me see. I want to see a bigger time frame. There we go. All right. So I think I bought it around here, whatever it was. It went to the dollar, I think, and I got it under around here. So I got it around 94. Went up a little bit. I got excited. I was like, all right. Then it came back down, of course. Even daily wise, man. This is why we're gonna start eyeing this shit like every other day. I was saying that now that we have that starter position going, now we could look at levels, right? We could look at levels to add on to, once you start these long-term positions, this is what you're doing, man. Fuck the top, right? Like you're looking at places that it can potentially fall and go to shit, right? And you want it to do that because if it does, that means that you're just gonna add. Mind you, the first time I bought into it was around 94 cents. I put another few hundred into it when it was at 80. What was it? No, it was about 78. 78, 76, right? And it lowered my average to 84. You see what I'm saying? So even now I'm up with the money that I gave it. And again, it can still hold, it can still break down to here, but I got these levels drawn out. These are the levels that I'm looking at personally, that if Matic comes back down 73, boom, adding another few hundred, right? Comes down to this or this, I'm adding maybe 1,000 or two to that fucking account because these are levels that I really like, especially this 28. Oh my God, if it goes to 28, I'm putting in my, not my savings, but, I'm going to put in a few thousand if that, if it goes to this one, maybe 1 or 2,000. If it goes to this one, a few hundred, but this is what we look at when we're holding things long term, right? Because the lower it goes, You know, your entry, my entry's what now averaged around 84. I'm fucking golden right now, man. Like it can go either way from here. I have a few hundred, a few hundred that I feel comfortable sitting in there. That again, that if it does go down to zero and we have another Luna 2.0, I'm comfortable losing, right? Like this is the thing with these long terms, you got to be comfortable losing. It all because it can happen, right? Anybody that really held on to Luna thinking it was gonna recover, they got fucked. You know, they lost all their money. So with things like this is why we do TA, guys, so we can study levels. So if we are holding in long term, we can add to these levels. If we see certain breakage, right? If we're seeing that, god damn, man, Matic breaks this fucking 28 and really is going to back to a penny. Is that something you want to hold? God, man, I don't know, man. It's there's certain level, and that's the thing with these TAs, right? You gotta have certain levels where you're willing to cut and where you're willing just to continue adding, right? Like if Matic was to go back to a penny, I don't know if I would want to hold it from 84 cents. I feel like I would probably lose all my shit. Now granted, if you're buying at the first time at 0.123, then you're fucking golden, man. Like you're really, really golden on this. However, I don't really think Madden will do that, man. Matic has been holding better than I think most of these coins, even with the pandemic going on. A lot of these other coins, I've said it before, they've all gone down back to their original levels. Matic didn't. It went to, if anything, look where it went to, man. It went to this nice little boxing area right here, and it had an initial reaction the minute it hit that area. So that just shows you that there was a lot of strong buy, and it happened before, right? It happened in, what was it, 2021, last year, happened again this year, right? 2022 came to this exact level, boom, and just took off and really held, man, really held its own on these levels. So this is why I really, really, damn it, yo, I wish I would have caught this. Fuck me, I wish I would have caught this, but it's all right. It's long as I think we can all kind of grab Matic under that dollar and just keep adding to these levels. Eventually when this bad boy does take off, and we've seen the runs on Matic, man. Like look at the Matic has strong, strong runs, right? So this is the best times, guys, to buy when it's low like this, not making much movement, because when she moves, she moves. And you don't want to wait for this. I'm tired of this, guys. I used to do this shit all the time. I used to, oh god damn, yeah, Matic is fucking moving. Now I'm gonna buy, and then I add to my spot, and the next few days, it goes to shit, man. Don't do that anymore, guys. Like let's start grabbing these things when they come down, instead of waiting for the nice pump and be like, oh shit, now I gotta get on Matic after it pumps 1 or 2 days. You see what I'm saying? So get these levels, guys. Get these levels. See if we ever come back down to the 73. If you haven't already, I think you should definitely, if you like Matic or you're looking for anything long term, look for that level, man. That 73 level looks like it's pretty strong. And if it does go back down to it, then we might see something pretty. Uh-oh. Something happened with Bitcoin. Oh, hit that level. Well, boys, let's see what it does now. Let's see if we get a rejection off of this or if it will continue going up. Let's look at the 5. Yeah. And again, according to this, right? Like, right, we're boxed in this. We keep rejecting, even though this one broke out a little bit. All these wicks came out, but the bodies, all except for these two, closed under this box. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for even this one. I don't care if that shit spikes up to here. As long as that body comes right back down and stays under here, I'm looking to short this, man. I'm really looking to short this if I can get that. Now we have a little mini trend going on from here to here. Alright, see. Alright, I'll come back to that. After this session, I'll see what I really want to do with that one, man. If we're gonna short or long it. Ethereum. So already we went over Matic. Look at that discount prices on Ethereum. I'm stupid. Yo, we come back down to these prices, bro. I'm fucking buying Ethereum, man. Like, I already got my first spot and I'm happy about it. Matic, I feel great about it. I really want Ethereum too, man. But I want Ethereum so bad under 1,000. Like, you guys have no fucking idea. And again, even now, it's good levels, right? 1,200. I'm thinking 1,000 would be 100 times better, and it showed us that it came to these levels before. 1,000, like I said, that shit would be so much better, man. If we can get that 1,000 level, think anything. And then look, I'm trying to pull this so you guys could see. Right, look, we had it here again before. We had it when it first came out, and it first did all of this. This is why I like to look at these lines, man, and then just move them to your left on a chart like Binance, where it shows you the entire history of the coin, because you can see levels, man, that it really does reacted well to this one, ran up, right, came back this time almost exactly where it kind of little lower, if anything, right? A fucking hair lower than what it was before, but still same reaction, right? And it gave you double bottom here, bam, bam, blast it off. You know, resistance exactly right here. Look where it rejected, exactly right here. This is why if you're new to trading, I always highly suggest you start off with your support and resistance lines, because that is where these things I think is the easiest way to learn, right? Like if you especially if you're new, start with support and resistance, know what your resistance is, know what your support is, start to identify these things, and I think everything else will come into play, right? Trend lines, indicators, wave counts, SMC, like all these different, price action, like all these different things will come into play. But if you're brand new to trading, honestly, guys, support and resistance is where it's at, man. Like once you understand that you want to kind of, short resistance and long support, it makes everything a lot more easier, man. I shit you not. And even me, that sometimes tends to complicate things, I end up coming back to that, you know, whenever I do my classes, and it reminds me, like, you know what, Kenny, sticks to support and resistance. And sometimes I make some basic calls like this, like, oh shit, we're coming to resistance, guys, and we broke trend line, short it, and look, boom, plays out, right? Like, so you'll be surprised, man. Like in this little demand zone. Wait, but I want this to go all the way here. Then we got a nice supply zone on this one. Yeah, so I mean they're in levels. We're actually pretty good level along this, man. Unless this really breaks down. Damn, Ethereum. I'm actually liking Ethereum too. Shit. Let's see what kind of trend line we could see on this. Had one there, broke. Had it there, kind of broke. Now it's here. See, so we already had a trend line break on this on the 15-minute. Boom, right? Maybe this could be the retest for it to continue going down, and then that would justify this coming down and breaking to shit as well. Interesting. What the fuck is gonna happen today, man? This week is gonna be a weird one, guys. Honestly, man. This I feel like this week is gonna be weird, man. Everything is, again. I hate trading these when they're smack dab in the middle, like they kind of are. It makes it so hard to fucking just find good resistance or support. Even when you try to do mini ones like this, it's like, fuck, will it? Is it strong enough to hold, or will it just break out and do a breakout from above? It's tough, man. It's tough. So I'm kind of neutral. I'm actually a little bullish on fucking Ethereum. And look, Bitcoin is down, Ethereum is up for the day. So that shows you that they're kind of doing their own thing today. I like the daily. Like I really do like the daily. If we can get this on a maybe 10x. I wouldn't do more than 10, maybe 20x. I forgot this one goes up to 125. So I'm guessing maybe like a 30, 40x on this. Let me see what the drop would be. Oh yeah, look at that. 30 times, so what, times 10? Damn, that's still a fucking drop. That's still a drop. And again, this is because we're on the daily. And the daily, I would have rather an entry down here, man, where that will eliminate this, right? Like, look, let me show you guys. And long position, right? If we do it from here, risk to reward is like that, right? Okay, see how big the red is? Now, if we were able to get it from down here, that eliminates a lot of that fucking pain, bro. That's almost 10% that it just took off right there. I want this. I'd rather this. But again, man, we gotta really, damn, I didn't even know these last few days we were down here. Shit. Damn, I didn't even notice that. Wow. Look at that. We were in these 1,000 levels. That would have been my entry right there to buy some. Fuck me. Oh, damn. Now this is really curious. Now this really got me curious. Now if it's gonna break out. Because it already almost came to this demand. 1,000. It was down here at 1,088. Other day it was at 1,082. Damn, bro. Damn. But look, it came down once, ran up really nice the next day, but then straight down to shit again, right? It came down again, and then it gave us days of it going up. I guess we're gonna be really looking at this market this week, guys. I'm gonna be staring at these things. to see it kind of, and I'm going to put an alert right here that if it does break out from above, then we're going to long this puppy on a breakout trade. If not, then yeah, I'm still kind of bearish on these. This one is still showing positive. Yeah, the markets they look a little crazy this week, guys. I'm not gonna lie, man. It looks a little insane, and we'll be more cautious. I want to say with the crypto this week because of it, because everything is almost just smack dab in the middle. However, this is why I love BingX because it gives us options, right? Just because crypto is doing this. And again, we haven't even gone into really the alts. I haven't even really looked at alts. Alts could be showing different things, of course. Let me see some of them real fast. I can give you guys quick insight of what I think I see on some of them. Like, right, look, we have some strong demand here on sushi. All right, so we have some strong demand on sushi that came down and broke that supply before, but now it just kind of created another one up here, came right back down. So we're almost, we're not close to support like I want it to be, but almost in the middle, right? So that already negates that one. Hold on, let me put this one, supply. All right, so that negates this one again, right? Smack dab in the middle. CRV. Let's see what CRV was breaking some numbers last week, man. Damn, look at that, dude. Fucking went in. Didn't break the trend, but went to shit, and then it broke trend and just held on beautifully. Now a little break off of this little trend, coming back down would be ideal. Let me see this so I can grab the lows on the hour chart. Bam, 1, 2, 3. Then where it's at now, right? Unless it was like this, and then it broke. Bam, bam. But we'll give it a chance. We'll maybe leave it up to here. Still have enough touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we have enough touches. It's almost looking like a breakout here. Nice little maybe break from under here, and I will short the piss out of this if it does do that. So I'm gonna put a nice little line right here. Bam, bam. In case we get a nice little breakout, right? Look, right here we have one trend break. Okay, it was giving us higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Broke out, right? We have a little bit of a breakout, not strong reaction, because I also think we have a nice little demand zone right here. So break from that, then I think this drops, and I would kind of want to short the fuck out of this if that happens. Yeah, alts. I think alts. We can definitely look through alts, and I'm sure we'll find some trades, man. Baby, you want to grab me that coffee in the fridge, please? 1 inch, 1 inch. Babe, the guys are making fun of me. They said I'm like 1 inch.
A 1 inch penis?
No, babe. There's this chart called 1 inch, a coin, and one of the guys told me the other day, "Hey, Kenny, what do you and 1 inch have in common?"
I didn't answer that.
I was like, "Fuck you, man." Damn, 1 inch looks crazy too, right? Have resistance up here. It definitely shows resistance right about here. I don't want to put it all the way to that way because that would looks like it was just a fucking, supernatural wick that just went up and it came right back down within the same hour at that. So I'm just gonna keep this little demand here. Supply. Oh, wrong one. Erase all of this because all of this is already invalidated. I'm not in this trade anymore. Yeah, some of these, again, this is a red list, right? Like, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of these that probably ran up already, maybe coming down. Matic, my baby, got a breakout. Keep going up. Keep going up, boo. Keep going up, boo. I love Matic, man. I feel like fucking long in that shit right from here, too. Let me see. I think we got a little trend going on. Tops right there. Maybe if you break out from above. Crossing up. Once per. I'm gonna create that one. If this breakout does close above, maybe look for a nice little risky breakout trade on that. There's your lower highs, lower high, lower highs, lower lows, squeezing into a wedge. That's the thing with these, man. The ones that should give you lower highs and lower lows, I think I've shown it in here. Hold on, let me see if I find it here. They're neutral, bro. They're not really freaking bullish or bearish. They can either go, they could really, really go either way. Hold on, bullish reversal, where is it? I was looking at it yesterday. I was like, and I always run into that kind of wedge-ish. See? But look, this is when it's bullish, supposedly, it's because you have your flag going up, lower highs, higher lows, breaks from above, right? When it's bearish, you have it coming down, lower highs, right? Higher lows, but then it gives you that break. Where's that one that shows it neutral, man? I think it's this one. Hold on. This one right here, you see? Symmetrical triangle. That's the one I think I'm always running into because look, it's just showing you lower highs, lower lows, but then it can go either way. And this is kind of what I feel like this is going on right here, right? It's not really the flag. I think the flag would have probably came more for here, and that would have been more of a bull, right? Bullish pattern, boom, breaking up. This one is just symmetrical right here. So get a break from either side on Matic. Of course, I'm aiming for the top side because that's my boo and I want that shit to go up. Bitcoin, what are you doing, Bitcoin? Are you coming up? Yeah, I think Bitcoin just turned green for the day too. Bam. Hell no one. Huh? All right. All right. So yeah, guys, that's Ethereum, Bitcoin. I'm liking Ethereum. We could get a breakout from here. Bitcoin, I don't know why. I just have a feeling this might break down unless I'm missing something in the news. I think somebody was saying we were getting good news. Which of course would obviously help us, right? Give us a little push up in the market. But look, it's smack down in the middle, man. I'm not gonna touch that, guys. I'm really, really tired of touching these in the middle and not really having clear direction, man. I'd rather it come up and then, hey, if it does come up to here, then give it a chance of shorting it with a DCA here and stop loss here. If we're longing it, I want it to come down to this level, man. I want it to spike down and give me all that red, red, red. Come down to these levels before I long it, and and if it doesn't work out right, we longing it from here. We got stop loss right here. If we're longing it from here, stop loss is still down here. That's a big fucking drop, man. I'm not trying to take that big of a loss, especially my first day back from my 3 days that I had to go to New York. I want to do these things right with you guys, make good trades, and this is right now smack dab in the middle. Don't really think it's a good trade unless, mind you guys, remember what I said, unless you get things like this, right? Little breakouts in the middle that would kind of help steer you in the right direction. Other than that, these are really kind of like gambling trades. So we'll keep looking at that. I think this week might focus a little more on forex and dices because crypto is almost smack dab in the middle, and I don't like trading it like that. You know. Right here we have almost a double top going on our Forex AUD. AUD is such a monster too. This one fucking runs. This is the one that Blur hit like I think 700% or 600%. He fucking killed it, man. He must have got an entry like down here on this nice run up. He murdered it, man. He got a really good entry. I think even I jumped on for a scalp, was able to get like 50, 80% or something like that. But he held it, man. He held it all the way and he got good gains on that. So same thing with with our forex guys. Believe it or not, I really feel like forex tends to follow these resistance, man. Resistance points a little better, right? Like look at here. See if I boxes in here. You have your resistance zone here. Came up the first time, almost the second time, but the third time, right in that zone, came down. Right now, it's having that zone here, resistance here. So again, right, we wait for either a nice little rejection from here that can continue, this continuing downtrend, or wait for it to come down, nice little bounce off of this zone, and ride it back up. Um, and that one has just always been. I think that AUD runs like almost fucking AVAX or AXS, where it has some really nasty volume, man. That I'd rather be playing this coin on the upside than to be shorting it because when that shit runs, it runs, man. Like look at it. When it runs, bro. But like I told you guys, like what I love about forex is that I'm able to see these trends, man, just a lot better, dude. I don't know why. And when they break, they perform. It's not like they do that whole just 10-20%. Look at these drops, man. That like they really do perform. Break here, same thing, right? You want to shift for hours and days. Right now we're on an uptrend. We had the downtrend here and we broke-ish, right? Bam, bam, right there. 1, 2, let's say more like here. 3, 4, bam, broke, retested, and went up. So this is almost right now. I want to say this is more like on an uptrend in which we don't want to go against the trend. There's your lower highs, right? So now we're figuring out that this is still on an uptrend right now. Okay, boom, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, all three right there. And if we can almost clone this and get it on the other side, then that means we're in a bullish channel. Something like this, I want to say. All right, a little bit here, unless I bring it down to this. Then open it up there. There you go. Somewhat of a bullish channel going on there. Which means again, right? Then that means we're obviously looking for longs, not kind of shorts. So maybe a breakout from this would be the ideal play for a long. Maybe a breakout, a retest, and then go on it. So this, something I'll be looking at today as well. Look at this motherfucker. Damn, this one ran. GB, dude, British pound and the US dollar. But it ran, right? So now this is where I put my lines, bro. 4 hours. Let me see if I can catch the bottoms on this. I want to hug it a little tighter. Let me try the hour. Okay, so the hour, I got one there. There, I got. Bam, bam. I'm gonna say maybe there. 1, 2, a little bit 3, 4, 5, right? Okay. Then we have the resistance all right here. Got plenty of resistance there, which already kind of almost came up to it once. So now we wait for the trend break on this, right? Because I told you guys every time it does a nice little trend break, performs for days. So if we can get a nice trend break on this coming down, we'll write it down. We're in a bullish channel, and anytime I have a bullish channel and a breakup from the top, I've seen these monster runs, guys, and I mean fucking monster runs. So this is something to watch too, man. That if it does stay in this bullish channel, mind you, it came down for days, right? We're in a bullish channel, so it's in this bullish trend, but a breakout from the top, and again, it can still do all of this, can still do all of that going up, and still continue to go up. But if you get a breakout from here, man, like, oof, man, I've seen nasty, nasty runs from a bullish channel breakout from the top. So that's something that we can eye, and we would need it to break this wall, man, because look at that, how much resistance is up here, man. Every time it gets up here, the price gets driven down. So we would need a breakout from there, and I mean, it would confirm it, right? Like if it kind of broke out through here, we would break the bullish channel, and if it, of course it break that demand supply zone, then it would be clutch, man, and that would probably be a beautiful breakout trade. So that's something I want to definitely eye this week. Supply. And yeah, guys, I'm just gonna look at everything this week, man. I'm not really gonna focus on just crypto. I think crypto looks just retarded this week, man. It's all over the place. It's still super volatile. Ever since we came down to these levels, we've been having some really, really weird movements. I'm not a big fan of. And mind you, we've been hitting some, right? We've been hitting some. Um, but I don't like it. I don't like too risky of a trade, right? Like I like trades, and yeah, I get they're supposed to be risky, but there's just some trades that you're looking at and you're like, all right, dude, do you really want to trade this? It looks like shit. Could really get burned on this. Is it worth it? No. So that's how Bitcoin is to me right now. It's just, mm, it's in a zone where anything can happen, man. We can drop down to the 12s from here. We can start picking up to the 20s from here, right? Like who the fuck knows what's gonna happen from here? Only God knows, bruh. Bam. Bam, bam. I like this. I like this. I like this. Hold on. Let me see. Definitely like this. Got a nice demand zone. Put our stop loss right under there. It's minor uptrend. I got the 5 minute. All right, let's look at what this 5 minute wants to do. I don't like that rejection candle either. Yeah, this one doesn't look bad at all. Shit, man. It continues his uptrend and holds. Would like to kind of long this. Oh, excuse me. or for breaks, right? We get a nice little breakout, then something we can continue shorting maybe. But it's shorting it in a demand zone. I'm not a big fan of that. Really, really not a big fan of shorting in a demand zone, right? Because in order for really to really perform, you gotta break that demand zone, man. And I mean a complete candle close under, that's your demand zone breaks. And they usually break nice, right? Like right here you had ish, right? You had almost one like up to here, I want to say ish. Okay, and when it broke, like bam, they were like, look at that drop. That's what demand zones do. So, in order for us to really short this, I don't care about this trend line. Like even if it does break, I'm not really big fan of shorting it here unless it breaks here. Unless it's down here and it's like, all right, now we broke the demand zone. Let's ride it. Let's see what can happen. But again, when you have a demand zone like this, you gotta understand that anything, right? Anywhere in here you're buying it has that potential to be bought up. You understand? For the price to be brought up, because it's showing us. And again, it's never gonna be an exact number. It's not gonna always just hit 9.40929. No, look, they're different levels. This one got bought up at 0.94030. This one got bought at 0.94091. This one got brought up at 0.93. They're always gonna be different levels. That's why I like to have a zone instead of a set support line. But again, if you're starting, support and resistance where is that, because even if you have that set line like this, it still gives you a notion more or less. What the fuck did I just do? It still gives you a notion more or less of where, an idea of where you get that bounce off of, right? Or what you're looking for. And right here we have it at 93.56 once, twice, three times, so that's something. Again, just if you're new, start off with supporting resistance, then eventually graduate to supply and demand. Totally up to you guys if you want to skip it and go straight to supply and demand. But I honestly think you should definitely start at level one with this and go to support and resistance, so you kind of get a better understanding how supply and demand works. Um, yeah, guys, it looks like we have a few charts, man. That's the beauty, man. We're always gonna have charts. The more charts we have, the more trades we can come up with. It's just a matter of us not being lazy and drawing these things out. And when I say that shit, I say that to myself too, because there's days that I don't want to draw this, man. There's days I just want to trade and I don't feel like drawing, going through all these charts. But this is our job. This is what we do. So like I have to take the days to do this, and I would like to do these with you guys. So if anything, I'll probably start every time. I'll take a day or two, a few hours with you guys. Maybe just jump on live, draw up a few charts. That way we can just have a few things set up, and you guys can have it too in case if I miss it and I'm busy with family and can't jump on it. Hey Kenny, look, remember that trade you pulled out earlier? We were drawing it. I drew it too. I got on it, performed, right? So that way you guys can have that option too. Um, Let me see. So Forex looks pretty good, man. I've seen a lot of nice little moves that I kind of like on Forex. Again, I kind of want them in a bigger time frame just because the trends are easier to catch and they tend to perform longer. So here's a downtrend on this one. Something like that. Clone this. Yeah, something like that. Clone. See if you can clone those lines, right? And almost get almost exact touches, like where it's showing you that that's the trend, man. This is a bearish channel right here. Again, it's crypto. We're gonna have our pokage. I mean, excuse me, this is Forex. Just like crypto, have a pokage every now and then, right? Where it breaks out, and those are the ones that are designed to catch people, right? Oh shit, guys, we have a breakout. Look, let's long this. Oh god damn, look what happened next, right? Like it just went down to shit. That's why they kind of always say on a breakout, you want to wait for the retest because a lot of the times you will get this. You will get the market makers out, make you feel like it's gonna break out, and it's breaking out lines, it's showing levels breaking, but then once they get enough buyers that are convinced that it's a breakout, they switch it, man. They hit the reversal button. They hit the reversal button in an instant, bro, and then you'll see this. You'll see it come right back down. So be careful with breakouts, guys. Always look for those retests. I need to write that one down myself because I'm one, man. I'm one that I love to get on a breakout, jump on it right away, and sometimes it performs, but sometimes it doesn't, man. And when it doesn't, you'll literally jump on the brunt of a fucking downtrend, man, and that's no good. This is why stop losses are important, guys. Always. Um, so Forex looks pretty good. We made a good play fucking on gold last week. I think it was here, the double bottom. took profits. It was a beauty, man. It was a beauty. Like it really did spike up right when we got in, which is great because we haven't had too many of those, good entries where these things just tend to perform right away. They've been more of just, we got in, goes the complete opposite way, and then we got to wait for hours or, to DCA and shit. And I'm tired of DCA, man. Like DCA is good, and don't get it twisted. Like again, my DCAs are 10 times better than my entries. Do I like to do them? No, man. I feel like DCAs should only be used for emergency situations, not just, oh hey man, I want to just throw in some more money. Let me just put it in right here. And then all of a sudden it starts going down more and you lost more money than what you should have, right? Like DCAs should only be used if you're longing something or shorting, right? If you're longing something, let's say here, it doesn't go your way, but look, you waited this whole time. You have support here already drawn. It hit that support. So either one, your DCA would be where it hits support and it starts showing growth of it bouncing back up, or you have your trend line waiting for that downtrend to finish. Because if you're longing something and if you're in the middle of a downtrend, you got to wait for that downtrend to finish. If not, it's going to keep going down, right? So you put your lines, you put your trend breaks, and when it does break trend, doesn't matter if it takes a day, 2, 5 hours, 3 hours, 30 minutes. When it does break trend, that's when you DCA. And I say that to you guys because I get guys all the time. I'm in a trade, they're writing me, "Hey Kenny, should we DCA now? Should we DCA now?" I'm like, no, no, why? Like you guys have to have a point where you actually DCA, not just doing it for the hell of it. All right, so that's pretty much it, man. That's it for Sunday prep, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, this week is gonna be an interesting one. Again, I'm gonna be looking at crypto. I'm gonna be looking at gold, indices, commodities. I'm definitely always gonna hit these indices, man. I'm gonna look at these indices and see what we can find on them. Even here, we kind of almost have a nice little resistance point about here. Supply, demand. All right, all right.